podcast. We're going to be talking about a lot of speculations, a lot of lore, maybe a lot about the gameplay and grind of Warframe, and maybe mind state of it. So this is the first one. So, would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hi guys, my name is Esper. I played this game for like 5 years on PC, and now currently also 5 years on console. And I'm working with DE, and my main job on Warframe is like a moderator. So yeah, I'm
Nice.
name is Esper. Nice to meet
Pandula,
you.
do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello!
Oh my god. you can, yeah. So do you want to speak about yourself a little
Come
bit,
on,
Pandula?
man. It's a good way to greet people.
Yeah, bro.
Hello.
So, Abdo, final and last, best to last. Do you want to talk
Hello,
about
you
anything?
beautiful faces. My name is Abdel. Today we're going to be having some fun here, and
Yeah, we're gonna be
there might
talking
be
about a
some
lot of
swearing
things.
here and there, so cover your ears. So hopefully you enjoy the video.
Oh really? God
Sit
damn.
back, get some popcorn, and enjoy the show.
Yeah. Okay, Pandula, don't do that
He's
again.
being an uncle rapist, so don't mind him.
Don't say that, okay?
Monetized already. Alright, I see the.
Okay, so let's
conversation.
chill.
Guys.
Let's chill for a bit. Let's be a bit mature, you know, in front of the audience that we have. So,
Yes,
what do you guys?
later we just gotta start swearing.
What do you
Okay,
guys?
okay, let's be mature about this.
What do you guys want to
Three
talk about?
seconds-
Like
3 seconds later,
speculation,
we're all
lore.
just-
What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to talk about? And my cat is underwater. Nice.
I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about.
I have to put another aluminum die.
Because
Do you guys?
I'm not gonna lie though. There's just so much to talk about in Warframe. There's the Sentients, the Orokin,
So,
the
I'm
Grineer,
gonna-
the Corpus,
Yeah.
the Umbras.
I'm gonna start something at the start of the podcast, so where I ask you like opinion questions, and I'm gonna ask all of you to give your opinion about
Yeah.
something about Warframe, and this is gonna be
Yeah,
at
okay.
like every start of podcast.
Like an
okay?
interview. Sick.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think of the state of Warframe right now? Like, what do you guys like feel like? Like, for example, let's start with Asper. What do you feel like? What's the state of Warframe right now?
The state of Warframe is like, from my opinion, is like it's in a good direction where they're going at, the developers. And what I think about the game is like, from all the updates that we currently have, the update grows a lot. Like the game grows a lot
Yeah.
with each year, with each day update they do. They put all the efforts in it, and actually, yeah, it makes like attract more players to it.
Yeah.
Learn a lot of players. The community is getting bigger. But yeah, like overall, what I think of it is like I love the game. I played it like for 5 years, and yeah, it's still going on right now.
Yeah.
enjoy
I
it.
also wanted to address a question to Abdo. What do you like despise most about this game? Like anything, like lore, grind.
Despise. Well, honestly, the one I can think of is really about the enemies in Warframe. So, basically, for example, I'll give the best example to you guys so you guys can know easily. Probably Asper hates the same thing, so Noxes. I hate Noxes so much. Asper has the same feeling.
Yeah,
And,
they're really
I
frustrating
hate
to play
nullifiers.
against.
I hate nullifiers as well, so...
Yeah, they're frustrating to
So
play
let me talk about
against.
something else. Let me talk about something else for you then, about the
sure.
question of the state of Warframe. Let me
Sure.
talk about the state of Warframe right now. So basically, from what I've been told about Warframe, there's like approximately 38 million players playing this game. So like, from what I've been told-
Yeah, registered users. Yeah.
From what I've been told, yeah. So people were saying it's supposed to be a dying game, but it really wasn't supposed to be. Like, this game is supposed to be like
And
ninjas in
can I
outer
just-
space and Star Trek related games.
can I
so-
just note something?
can
And
I-
it grew off from Rebecca to almost 200 employees, 250 employees at
Yeah,
DE
exactly.
right now. It grew off so much. Yeah, Padilla, go ahead. Go ahead, yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
throw something in there?
Go ahead.
So, thing is, in the beginning, Warframe was a dying game because
That's what I said.
Content.
Yeah,
Content wasn't
yeah,
present as much.
I know, but like because Warframe started off as dark sectors, and it
Yeah.
didn't do so well.
It kind of
So
grew from there,
Warframe
really.
decided- And then DE decided to create a new game.
Actually, if I wanted to add on something, if I can, would I? Can I go ahead and add something?
Yeah.
Literally, what I like when I heard about like Dee's story when it grew from Rebecca, and you know she was the only one doing dark sectors. DE was literally was going to be shut down, and it wasn't going to be. They had almost 3 months or 2 months to do a game or yeah, they had something like that, and they really impressed us for like the amount of years they've like
it came out of nowhere.
the amount of sweat and tears they've made it into this game. It's just amazing, really. So
And also plus Excalibur Prime.
So let's. Well, we have Umbra, so you don't have to worry about that.
So I'm going to ask right now. I'm gonna ask Abda a question. Actually, 1 second. I didn't ask Pandua. Sorry, I didn't ask Pandua, and then I'll ask you. Yeah. Do you think, like, if you look into the future, would you see Warframe in a good position? About their ideas, like, and also like including the ideas they've showed us on dev streams and all that.
I do actually see Warframe in a good position in the future, because with the new content coming out, like the new war and another open world, I think it's actually going into and Railjack and a lot more. It's going in a good direction. It's not going into a perfect direction, but it's going in a good enough direction.
Yeah. Okay, one more last question. Yeah, one more last question.
So can I add something? Can I add something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
So basically, if Warframe like keeps adding those things like Railjack, the new war, probably the
new
sequel
content,
of the new war,
it'll grow.
Comes
I
next.
get your
If
point.
they keep this going, there's a possibility it'll make it to the game of the year.
Yeah. Thing, Abdo, or actually, Abdo. I want to ask you something.
Asper first.
Okay. Thank you. Asper, I want to ask you something. What do you like? And this is a really long question, and you know a lot of lines are gonna make. Seriously, and let's be honest, we are really hyped for Railjack and all the upcoming content that they're doing. I want to actually ask you 2 questions. What do you think about the content drought that, you know, it had before Plains of Eidolon and, like, Fortuna? Like, what do you think about that?
Or Dallas, yeah.
About that, honestly, like all of the veterans knew already, like, DE cannot keep up with the new players' content. So they already know, like, we actually have to wait and, you know, just let DE do their thing. But eventually, like, they actually, you know, give us the reward that we're actually waiting for. Because if you wait for something, you get rewarded after it. And that's what D is actually, like, how we know.
And I wanted to tell you something. What, like, with Railjack and all those things, and all the new content that they're showing on DevStream, all the new skins, deluxe skins, and all those, like, I know all of us are really excited for it, but I think I am a bit curious and anxious of what they're gonna do in the future of Warframe. I feel like I'm not really the only one, so if anyone would agree with me, like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we all have our little anxieties of what if they mess this up.
Yeah. What if they?
Curiosity, but sure.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's almost the same thing.
Can I add something on that?
Yeah. What do you think about that?
So personally, what DE is doing is like phenomenal, like great in any way what they're doing. But for veterans, like with veteran players, like they don't give us much than like new players because they're aiming for the new players basically. DE. And what I see right now is like instead of giving us updates and new content, just like slow it down a little bit. Like instead of giving us new things, why not fixing all the bugs from the game that already has those things like that people
I
still
know.
find?
Yeah,
Because,
can I tell you something real quick? So it's the thing is that they're scared that they're gonna do something like they did in the past, which is content drought, and they're not gonna release a lot of content in a mean amount of time. They want to do things quickly for also new players and veteran players. But since you're talking about veteran players helping new players and focusing on them more, can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, I guess. So when you say veteran players help new players, is basically they have nothing to do in Warframe, so they're spending their free time in order, like, just helping new players. So and if you talk about like players that they like committed to this, I will suggest you go. Go to the forums and look for players like the Guide of Lotus, because those players actually help the new players. And yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Thank you so much.
yeah, that's all I have, I guess.
So I wanted to ask you all a question. Why do you guys think that the lore and the speculation, like, what kind of anxiety in your mind is like forming? Like what do you think, what do you feel about like all like the new war and maybe upcoming quests as well?
The full story itself.
Yeah, the full story, like, it began from Dark Sector.
I find it very interesting and curious for more, like, what's gonna happen next. Like, you never know.
Since
like, for example, like, you have like new
cliffhangers,
allies stab you in the back. Spoiler alert, Lotus is gonna stab you in the back just like the other new person did and stuff. And you're gonna have to, like, either kill him or capture him or just do something.
Yeah.
Can I throw something in there?
Sure.
Sometimes if you like an interesting story, you give the main character an ally that you grow to get attached to, and then they add in something that will actually like motivate the player to keep going and see what happens next. Like how Lotus betrayed us. So,
or used us.
Yeah, or used us. We want to see what happens next.
So D intends to make cliffhangers and quests. Now I have a brief feeling that New War isn't really gonna have a cliffhanger. I feel like
of course, that's the whole thing about Warframe. Like, they basically give you these quests and they just end it off with a cliffhanger, and they're like, no, are you kidding me?
The thing is, I have a brief feeling. Yeah, and we know how they do it, and they know that we know, you know. So
and then to hype us up, basically.
Yeah.
Also, I have a brief feeling that they won't do a cliffhanger. I don't know why. It's just that the name and like the teaser that they showed us at TennoCon 2018, you know?
Actually, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I feel like it's gonna be something like this. It's like you start up the quest, you go through it, and when it comes down into the end, it just comes down to like your thinking of what your next plan is in the new war.
Yeah.
Just like, it doesn't end with a cliffhanger, it just ends with you just thinking, what is your next move during the war?
Yeah. Especially,
what I think about the new war, what the East, like, I think what the East planning, like, I know for a fact that they're gonna show us like the things with the old war, what happened like all before.
Visions, maybe. A lot of other games actually do that.
Yeah.
A lot of other games do that. Like for example, like I'm not gonna talk about this too much, but like in their store or lorry, they throw back or
store lorry.
store lorry. They intend to, for example, yeah, I know it's not really popular, but Destiny actually does that as well, where they take the lore and they just reverse it back to where, you know, it like to the past, you know,
Yeah.
and they would show visions
Yeah,
of how it happened, and then you would go on a mission, and then you would hunt for it. It's the same thing I feel like old New War is gonna be.
Yeah, but
I-
and
You can keep going, keep going.
okay. But anyway, but the difference between Destiny and Warframe.
Brief difference, a really good.
Destiny's timeline is a bit more jumbled up. You don't know much about it. It's just like it's confusing. When you look at Warframe, its timeline is just mysterious. When does this happen? When did this happen? What happened here?
Yeah.
In Destiny,
Really true.
in Destiny, you don't ask that. You're like, okay, this happened, but what happened after? What?
Yeah, I
does
get your.
this-
Warframe is a complex, like, they have a complex story behind it, but I like the fact that's complex because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Warframe has a secretive feeling to its lore. You
Yeah.
don't know when this is gonna happen. You know this happened.
And I feel like if I had to do a point and give an example, I would say, you know how Marvel Studios make their movies and then Marvel does their comics? I feel like even before the movie comes out, they just spoil it with the comics. And it's not
Yeah.
something bad when you're talking about lore, when you're talking about the superheroes. It's just that when you read the comics, you're like, oh, I basically just read a film. That's what you feel like, you know, where you basically.
Yeah.
But there's, and also to be like, and this is always with like every book/movie series. For example, Harry Potter. The movie isn't as more descriptive as the book. And this is what's happening with Warframe also with its comics. Because Warframe is starting to do comics and it's been like going in a good direction with lore and everything. And I feel like they're like
Rogue.
yeah, and actually, Warframe actually might even get help from Marvel. I heard that, I think, on the news, actually. I heard where, like, Marvel would help DE Extremes for making their comics.
DE Extremes, Digital Extremes.
Wait, sorry. DE Extremes. Not on the news, but I've seen speculation and maybe they've been hooking up. And maybe Marvel can help them, you know, improve their comic writing. So yeah, that'll be really weird, but really cool at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah, and if I'm gonna put it in more of a Warframe, like this, what is it called? Eamon, so you were making a what's it called again?
What do you mean?
Like when you were like talking about like how Marvel does its things, like
Yeah. Where it's like, it's like visualize that
I'm talking about a word. Like I forgot what the word was. It's like
comics.
No. Like it's where you try to explain something with another thing.
Oh, like for example, like using
Example.
like Harry Potter with its movies and its books.
I know, but like, if I'm gonna put this in a Warframe example, like
It would be
Warframe's lore
hard.
is secretive, and here's an example. If you take a look at Stalker, we don't know that much about him. Like when you first get into the game and you first meet Stalker in person and you fight him, you think, oh, there's an enemy that appears to fight me. And then the more you level up and stuff, the more you realize, wait, he attacks me when I'm weaker. And then if you scan him, then you'll get his lore, and you'll eventually realize he knows more about you than you thought. Because he saw what we did in the past to the Orokin principle.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And we didn't, but yeah, just the thing is, we don't know anything more about him. We just know he has a sword, War, which is Hunhow's weapon, or which
I get
is
your
the
yeah, I get your point there.
Yeah,
I really I do.
it's just it's hard to figure out some parts of the lore without looking too deep into it.
Yeah, or like without any source of information or looking into it more than you should, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely understand your point there. So, I also wanted to talk about endgame in this game. It's really known for its endgame, to be honest. I feel like they should do more content for veterans. I know arbitrations, I know sorties, I know Kuva floods, Kuva survivals.
Just, you know, like, just hard levels. Like, we know
hard
about
levels, and also a challenge for veterans. You know, that's what I feel like D should start doing. And I feel like, before like I get to you, Asper, like before I do, like I feel like they should add this. It's because that, like, I feel like smaller players, or like, you know, noobs, or like not noobs but like new players are just like looking forward to endgame, and they're just getting boosted by other people. No, I really genuinely want, like, and not to be picky or needy or anything like that, I really want like a mode or a type of mission or like a type of, you know, thing, like a quest or something like that is really hard. Yeah. And even though it's hard and then new players found out about it, I don't want new players to be like, okay, I need to I need to farm for it. But the thing is, it's like, I just want more content for endgame for really veteran players. Arbitrations, easy peasy. Like, it's really not a big deal for arbitrations. If
you have the right players with the right frames,
with the right frames and builds, it's a joke. With like OP builds, it's literally a joke. That's where the veteran, you know, kind of thing that I'm talking about, like, goes in. So Asper, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was like saying, like, the only content created for Warframe that actually speaks about this, like, you know, the game, how the game is in depth with the updates and about the veterans and new players. It's like the only YouTuber that I know it's talking about this is Life of Rio, honestly. He's like
Life of Rio,
yeah. He talks about more in depth than anyone else, actually.
Actually, I know another YouTuber that like talks about this and all that. Yo, Abdel, what's up? Oh, never mind. Never mind. You just left. So. Oh.
Happens when you like that.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So we were talking about like endgame, Abdel. We were talking about endgame. That's what you missed. So what was I saying? I was talking about endgame. Yeah. We were talking about
Avengers Endgame. Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah.
We were talking about. Can anyone remind me? Because I kind of forgot about this actually.
We were talking about just adding more veteran content.
Yeah, adding more veteran content. Also,
I don't know what that means, Richard.
More endgame content, more higher level, instead of like arbitration. Like arbitrations, I feel like they did their best. I feel like they did, like, not a lot of work, but like I feel like they did a good job on that.
Yeah, they did a good job on it, yes. But when it comes down to like veterans who have farmed for everything.
Yeah, we're talking about mass rank 20s and above, like 20s and above, 20 and above, like
when they get into this, they'll just be like, oh, okay, dude, can you help me with this? Sure. And he gets their friend.
And it's the thing is, it's like, it's not we're talking about like, oh, they should add like higher level or like a heroic type for sorties. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the way they do it, not by leveling only. I mean, that's a really simple way to do it and put it really for end game players to do. Higher level, like level 300, level 400.
Can I get an invite, guys?
Yeah, sure. We're not really talking about that. We're talking about how DE can finalize and make like veterans really interested in. It's like, yeah, this is not really a content drought. This is really like enjoyable.
Because I lost everything.
Oh, that's sad. Yeah, you can join again. That luck is so bad, bro.
Again, don't worry, guys. It's gonna happen.
No.
It's gonna hiccup again.
So like when you think about it,
That's fun.
Yeah, but
honestly, I feel like D just should find out a way to really get to veterans cores where they have made so many good builds and broken builds that are so overpowered.
Yeah.
Especially that Ivara Redeemer Prime combo where like you can just do an endurance run and easily like wreck through it. You know?
And also like Trinity.
It's literally like no Trinity. I feel like Trinity needs a rework. She should be the same way, but I feel like she needs more depth to her abilities because I just feel like she's super simple.
Hold on.
No question.
But like how basketball history, he can kill a lot of things with what was it again?
Link.
Yeah.
Link, Well of Life.
Yeah.
Blessing and Eevee, I have no problem with. Eevee, if they changed it a little bit, that instead of just EVing to your allies and not being born.
enemies as well, like as a kill.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like, I need-
Yo, what'd you say? Sorry, what'd you say?
I don't know.
Yeah? Oh yeah, but can you actually use Redeemer Prime with Creator with Ivor?
Yeah, it's the thing is, it's like, okay, your brother.
It doesn't matter. Oh yeah,
Okay.
guys, for the guys that are actually wondering what's happening in the background, I'm at my family's house, and that's why. And my brother's always screaming, he's playing Fortnite like always, but yeah, that's the...
Yeah, that boring game. So when I was talking about
agreed.
the endurance runs with Redeemer Prime and Ivara, it's a joke. It literally is a joke. You build it, you put a couple of formas on. You don't even need a forma for Redeemer Prime. You just literally need 100% status chance and a couple formas on Ivara and infiltrate Ivara with Prow on, and you can be like the enemies can be an absolute joke. Not even joking. Level 400 and above. It's just crazy. And that's what mind's blowing me. Like, oh my god, all these people that are doing these crazy and these overpowered builds. Like, why hasn't DE got enough recognition to actually do something that's more challenging to them? That's more challenging to the smart people that have been doing a lot of OP builds and literally wrecking through the whole, like, system.
Can I throw something?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Like, sort of, I'm just imagining like I'm thinking about if you could add,
Jesus Christ.
like veteran thing, like if you added like a veteran thing, where it's no longer like. I'm talking about you go into a level thing, and you're in this area, and enemies start spawning at the way. I'm not in survival, defense, or anything like that. It's like
The guy that's probably keep talking the fish to move over here. The guy that's
anyway, like I was saying, like enemies are spawning in waves like survival, except you don't run around activating life support.
By the way, guys, can you guys check real quick if you guys can hear yourselves in the stream? So like, someone open the stream, real quick.
I know I can.
Yeah, can you open the stream and check if you guys can hear yourself? Because I am scared if you can't, because that would be really sad.
That would be fucking the entire shit, huh?
Yeah, that would be so sad.
Don't worry, you're good, man.
I will slap the shit out of you.
You guys can, you guys
Wow,
can
there
hear
goes
it.
another spare.
There
Told
goes
you.
the
just
dude.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Everybody said
I'm just kidding.
friendly.
God damn it.
You're kidding. Sure. That's what they all
Can you guys hear yourselves or
Don't
no?
worry.
What they all say.
Can you guys hear yourselves or no?
Let me
Yeah,
I can hear myself. Yeah. Go ahead. Holy shit, man.
I just feel like I wanna take Asper's opinion about the whole like Ivar and Redeemer, or like any combos like Nidus and Redeemer and all that.
Oh.
I wanna take your opinion. Like, what do you feel about that? And like, what should DE like what should DE do? And I feel like before you start answering the question, I feel like DE has had enough recognition from 5 years, literally 5 years. We've been doing so many good builds, and they've had so much recognition that they should do a really hard like, mode or mission, a type of mission for, you know, for
What
veterans.
What I'm thinking, the reason why they didn't do anything, because I think they're building up something big with the veterans. Like all the things that, like, you know, the players, like, community can one-shot enemies so fast and, you know, and rapidly, like, speed
Even
and whatnot.
arbitrations, when you have a good build, you just look at it and laugh. Like, it's a joke. It really is a joke
Yeah,
when you
exactly.
get a really good
And
build. For
The
example,
thing is, the reason, if you wanna, like, you wanna say, like, you say, oh, I want this game to actually, like, you know, lives for longer, you know, it still exists in a few years or whatnot. The only reason to do that is by actually talking to DE, give their feedbacks or whatnot about the game. Like, anything that's, like, bad or good.
I
Yes,
really
what do
wish
you think
I
of it?
can. I
So
don't
they
have
can
enough.
change it.
Unfortunately, I don't have
There is
enough
a reason-
fame. So
There is
yeah.
the reason why the community is as big as well. You know, all the players that play the game right now, they can talk. They're not like, you're a human being. You can talk to developers. They're not gonna eat you. They actually want that you guys are talking to them. So they.
The
want
thing
to make
is,
this game
like,
better
I
for
would
you
go on
guys.
the forums. I would really go on the forums. I don't have my computer now available, but like, I would really go on the forums and like talk to them in Discord or do something about the whole veteran. And I know that actually an aspect of this game where they add new content, they add new easy content for new players. For new players that want to have enjoy and have fun and play the game and actually like enjoy the ride. While veterans destroying the whole solar system and going on to Fortuna, getting old mate in one day, and you know, it's
Well, you cannot excuse them because they know the game better.
they
than
know,
they are, like,
yeah,
pro.
and that's totally fine. The thing is
Can I?
that 1 second, Benoit. The thing is that it confuses me. It's like they have been playing this game for not too long. Sorry, for a long time, a really long time. Think of
Yeah,
6
they know
years.
the mechanics of everything.
Yes, think of 6 years since PC came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is just crazy to have people like this. So yeah, it is really crazy to have people like this. You know.
I got a boot.
So Pandula, you wanted to say something?
No, I got a seahorse and I missed it.
Oh,
so I said,
yeah.
I never seen a scene horse, by the way.
Really?
It's called the Sin Method.
Yeah. So
But anyway, as of respect, even though we're talking like, you know, it sounds like we're saying Warframe is not like. I know we're talking a lot of bad stuff about Warframe, but we're just giving our feedback on what could change. We're not giving out commands. We're just saying like
what DE can do. They can literally do anything they want. They can even make the game worse, but they're not gonna do it because they know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm gonna say this. Like, so like, okay, every yeah, just they've been putting up much stuff, like all quests, all
Yeah.
like shooting up, things of Iron that
I get your part in that. Yeah.
yeah, and they sort of just they just kind of take a break for a bit, like hold off a bit of updates and start to kind of fix glitches in the game, like in the Naros, in the terms of a Naros scene. In a specific spot, you can go through it and go out the map.
Yeah.
Even though I started at revealing that split a bit, telling off it,
I would say,
it's just
yeah.
an example of what you could fix.
Yeah, and it's
isn't that in all
definitely.
games?
Yeah, that's in all games really. You have to have bugs. You cannot have a game that has a perfectly clean, like a perfectly clean game.
Yeah.
You cannot have that.
Yeah.
It is
Think
not
of, like,
possible.
Red Dead Redemption.
It's like
Think of Red Dead Redemption.
it's like
Yeah.
like if you think of a virus.
It'll be boring if you do, because then when you find a glitch or a bug or anything like that, you can share laugh with your friends of it.
Think of okay, and this is a really good example. Think of a virus. Think of an infectious virus. Okay. And for example, a woman had it, and you know she was sick, and she's about to get cured. She has a surgery and everything, and she's about to get cured. Or you know, a serum or something to help her treat it. The thing is, if I go near that woman, it transfers the virus to me. So for example, if we're in the same family, so that's like visualize the family as one game, Visualize it as one game. And when the mom gets the virus, and then I go like near her. One second.
Can I? Okay.
One second.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll finish. When you go near the virus, it just and you fix the virus, and she doesn't have the virus. It goes into another person. So you see how like it's like a bug. It's like a bug in within a bug. Like if I fix a bug, it'll do another bug, and it cannot finish. Yeah, sometimes you can fix bugs that will never do that, but of course there has to be bugs because that's the way.
The going bus right here.
That's the way computing does. That's the way you know, gamers and like all those people that program the game, like that's the way it does. You know, that's what the way it works. You cannot have anything perfectly clean. Like there has to be a bug. There has to be a virus. There has to be like, you know, it's something like that.
And also,
What are humans die?
here's a bit of another example.
Yeah.
Like, so this happened to me when
There you go.
when I was just about to relax, and I gave my mom a bite of what I was gonna eat, and she was sick. So when I ate it, the next morning I was sick, like her.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, and also, even though you get a cure for something, it's only there. It's just not okay. Imagine it like this: you have maybe like cleaning yourself.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: you cleaning yourself and get up, you dry yourself, you feel clean, but you're not 100% clean. There's always a bit of it left.
There's a bit of bacteria and some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the bacteria and some other stuff. You can't get rid of it because it's just you can't get rid of it all.
Because it's part of the body.
Yeah, and also if the body doesn't have any of it left, then once it comes back, your body won't know how to defend itself against it.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's
That's
basically
true,
like
yeah.
a host.
Yeah, it's like
It's like a test subject.
yeah,
They know
yeah.
like what to do.
It's like research. If you don't have the thing to learn about, then you won't know anything. If you have it and you research about it and check it out and all that stuff,
Seahorse.
then you will learn about it and you'll know. Okay, so this is what all this is. This is what it does.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And honestly, I feel like speaking into that, really the bugs and all the fixes, it really is a big problem in the gaming community. And we can't really do anything about it. If you think about it, it's just that it's gonna continuously grow. Oh, you have to fix this bug. Oh, you know that incident that happened with Noob Tech, and where he got banned for 17 years till 2035, something like that. So
Why did he ban for 17 years?
I'll tell you about it right now. He used Cora, and he used an exploit where he used a specific, he used a specific frame, he used a specific weapon, or actually no, he used a specific frame in specific things. Now people will say, and this is really big, and this is about to be a really good, like, big conversation because this is really serious. There's a really big difference between a bug that the game has produced from its program files, or there's a bug or an exploit where it needs a requirement to do so. To do so is like it is the main word of that sentence. It's to do so.
Yeah.
So like, for example, requirement as well. You need something to make it work.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I tried to make a cake if I tried to make bread without yeast, my bread would fall apart. And it won't stick together. It won't make a beautiful, soft dough. It won't do that. No, it will break apart and it will not hold its structure.
And it will
Yeast is the main component I need to do so I can make something. And this relates to exploiting. But exploiting is in a bad way to, do a bug or do something, but it needs a requirement. So for example, he used Cora to level up weapons for, under a minute. And it was stupidly insane. Now people are going to be controversing, oh, this is DE's fault. No, this is not. This is Noob Showtech's fault. And first of all, DE has warned him. Okay, we have to make notes here. DE has warned him on Twitter and forums. Yeah, Twitter and forums. Okay. He put it on YouTube instead and showed everybody. And he was so glad and talking with his voice and actually showing us the bug. Now, first of all, this is not DE's fault. This is not DE's fault. This is an exploit we're talking about. This is something that you need to do that thing, to actually level up under a minute.
It's an exploit that was
It wasn't a bug by DE.
Don't do this, otherwise you'll ban.
If I was using a normal frame and I was going through Fortuna and I just killed an enemy and I just got level 30 in one game and like one enemy, now that's like without finding it, like without like just
That's a bug. But if
That's a bug.
if you pick a specific frame,
and if you test it out,
items,
yeah, if you test it out though with different items and it doesn't work, that means it's an exploit where it only these frames and these requirements, So it's like it's really not DE's fault. It's actually is Newshotech's fault. First of all, we said in the beginning that he has been warned in Twitter and Reddit and forums and subreddit, actually, not Reddit, subreddit of Warframe. He's been warned by DE. And also, he has still uploaded it, he still edited it, he still was just mighty fine with showing it. Now, people are still complaining to this day, why was he banned for 17 years? Well, you can see right now that he's exploiting the game. He actually found this. He actually found this and tested it out and seeing if it would test it with other Warframes or any requirements. Nope. It was literally the same thing that he used when he was running into Fortuna, killing some enemies and doing some bounties. The same thing. Same requirements.
There's no one to blame but himself. He was warned and he did it anyway.
Yeah.
He brought this upon himself.
And when people say, "Oh no, it's DE's fault for adding this into the game," no, you have to think about what he used and what requirements he put into so he can make the bug or the glitch. That's the difference. That's the difference between bug and exploit. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Also, for an example, it's like you telling your friend, "Don't open that gate up. It has spikes on the other end of it. Ready to come and hit you." And then he does it anyway. If people blame you, you're in the wrong because you warned him there was danger of that gate, and he did it anyway.
Yeah. I get you.
Not the greatest example, but it's enough to at least get it correct.
Yeah.
He was warned and he did it anyway.
Yeah, that's really, like, I just don't understand why he uploaded that video. Like, that's the thing. He found it accidentally. He didn't find it.
Well, he actually, remember, before he actually made the video, like, in his video already, before he actually showed the video, he was like, I actually,
He tweeted it out as well. He tweeted it out.
Yeah.
He tweeted out DE or like you know, Warframe, like at Warframe in Twitter. He said, I think this is not supposed to, and he sent a video clip especially. And then he uploaded the video. When DE saw that video clip, they tweeted at him, or actually one of the developers tweeted at him. One of the DE, you know, partners, like not partners, but like, you know, members. Tweeted at him saying, if you do that again, and then that, and then that. Let's talk about the code, like the end user agreement terms. Those are really important. No one reads them. We understand that.
Yes.
But
we never read the terms policy thing because it's just too long to miss things.
Yeah, it's too long. It's too boring. Just agree. You know. It doesn't matter. But you have to be still vigilant of what it is in. So, for example, when it says in number 6, if I believe, it said, do not use or do not condone of using third-party programs on, like, you know, the game, or exploiting or glitching a minor bug or a minor, you know what I'm saying, like a minor bug. Yeah. Like, do not use it for, you know, boosting or anything like that. It's literally says that. I know he's a bit, you know, he's been playing this game since beta, I'm pretty sure, and he's lost thousands of hours on this game. But still,
he also was a founder.
He was a founder.
Now he is.
He was a founder. He had Excalibur Prime, which is the most big prize, and Lato Prime.
But still, he pulled something off and he paid the price.
Yeah. That's true. And I feel like, I really feel bad for him. We all feel bad for him, losing, like, hundreds of dollars spent on, he's spent hundreds of dollars spent on this game. He's spent $250 for one Warframe and two guns that you can't even get anymore. And you've put countless amount of hours and countless amount of build videos and amazing, like, overpowered videos for DE to see, and no, the thing is, he knew that he was getting watched by DE. He knew that for a fact. He even said it on, yeah, he did it anyway. He wasn't vigilant. He just uploaded it.
And here's the question though, he got a warning, and why did he do it still? Like, he knew
I
he
really don't know
wasted
that,
so
to be honest. If
much
I wanna...
money on the game,
Yeah.
but he still did it. And then everything just went to
Maybe he
waste.
misunderstood. That's the thing. He misunderstood saying, okay, I found this glitch and I misunderstood, you know? He thought that if these requirements, it's DE's products. It's DE's, in-game products. So, these requirements belong to DE, right? So, Cora, it's a Warframe that belongs, and they made it. They made her. And these requirements, sorry, I had a hiccup right there. These requirements, like, that you need to do so you can do the exploit, I think he misunderstood the difference between an exploit and a bug. He thought it was a bug. He thought it was a really OP glitch. No, it's not. It's something that you use.
Or maybe he maybe he thought like this is the way I want to end my journey with Warframe and do something else. So I don't know.
Maybe, but
we don't even know
unlikely.
to this day. We don't even know till this day. Since that ban,
True.
we don't even know what he's doing right now. He might be spending time with his family. He might be doing anything that's important. Maybe he's gonna get a new job. He's not gonna wait 17 years so that he's not gonna beg. He's not gonna do that. He's matured. He's been playing this game for 6 years. He's a veteran. He's spent 4,000 hours on this game. He spent countless amounts of money on this game. So it doesn't make sense for him to complain and wait and not be patient. That is not
spent more hours though than 4,000.
4,000, maybe even 5,000. There's thousands of hours, what I would say.
Yeah.
And countless amounts of money and like the packs and everything. It just seems so like I don't feel like he ended it. He's like, okay, I'm gonna just end this and I'm gonna just move on with my life. I feel like he just wasn't vigilant. He wasn't worried. He was just like, okay, I'm just gonna upload this and see what this video does. And I know D is gonna watch this, so they can be vigilant as well. Nope. He got banned for 17 years till like 2035. So, really, I feel like this podcast has been going great. We could maybe do it another Friday. Like every Friday.
Yeah.
Or maybe not every maybe every Friday.
Every Friday in 2 weeks at least.
Actually, next Friday, I can't be on Friday, like the next Friday, so you guys can do the podcast next time, okay?
Alright.
So, what do you guys...
But here's the thing. What should our next podcast be about?
We can do anything. Even if I get comments or likes or like saying, oh, you've enjoyed
Speculation,
this.
obviously.
Yeah, we can do speculation. we can talk about endgame lore. I feel like
we can do speculations. We can do some more stuff.
I feel like Noob Show Tech's like context and talking about him has been like a big thing for us because it is really a really big thing, really. And
do you know what's really funny now?
Yeah, what's up?
How I was recording just a few like an hour or two ago, and then now I'm here just like, yeah, there's a new thing here, just like yeah.
But you weren't recording Warframe, so...
Yeah, oh, he was like doing it last hour. So, before we go into those doors and say goodbye, I would like everyone to just comment down below.
Alright, everyone.
I didn't say anything.
Everyone stays on here on the line. next to each
Yeah,
other
it
and
stays
just
in
wave at the
line.
count. Just a wave. Just a wave.
Yeah.
Do the emote
So-
wave.
I wanted to tell you guys, comment down below
was a
what
bit
we
too
should do
early,
next. And if you enjoyed the video, do a like rating. If you dislike the video, just do a dislike rating.
And
You know?
before we end it, I am very sorry I haven't been there so much because I haven't even talked since I didn't have anything to say. and
Abdel's
was
gonna be
listening
the
about
star
comments
of the next one because I'm not gonna be in the next one. So yeah. So every 2 weeks actually. Let's do it every 2 weeks on Friday. It's like Dev Stream, but like, you know, Dev Stream is on Thursday or something.
Yes, we can definitely do that.
So I will see you guys later in
Also,
the next
one more thing before we leave off. Go check out Oregon Gamer Inspector. I'm just kidding.
No, don't sub this channel. His channel is dead. Don't shit quality.
Damn
Don't
it!
sub.
We've lost formation. But
Follow
it's
me
okay.
on Twitch.
Nobody even knows you are.
Okay, so
No, nobody knows who you are, you fucking big ass forehead. Anyway,
So-
I would say bye, everybody.
guys,
See you next time.
guys,
Have a good one.
let's formation a little bit, you know. Thank you guys for watching this. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like rating and
Drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Don't forget
Hit that notification
to
bell.
comment down below what you want us to do next.
This has been a shit outro. Can we just get it over with?
Okay, so I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Peace. Bye.